Hello guys, welcome back. I am excited to be here to talk about drapery, one of my favorite things that you absolutely need to do. So thank you guys for going in there and getting on our shopping trip. Lexi and I are so excited. It's our very first time. Honestly, Lexi and I were like, what can we do to be something fun that everybody would love? And who doesn't love shopping, right? So we've gotten your guys' answers and all your guys' things coming in, and you guys are like, we love it too. So I'm so excited for this. This is going to be exciting. So today we're going to talk about drapery, one of my favorite accessories to do in your house. And why I say that is because have you ever been in a house and they don't have any drapery, they don't have anything, which I am a big fan of because I live in the country. I don't have a lot of people looking in my windows. I love a clean window. Don't look at my windows right now because of the storms. But I love drapery because it kind of gives that room a finishing touch. And a lot of you guys are like, I don't really want a whole lot. So I'm going to kind of go guide you through it. And what my very first thing I tell people when they're saying they want drapery in their home. Okay. One of the very first things that I tell people is, do you want it for privacy or no privacy? So those are the things that you've got to ask yourself. If you live in a town, if you live in town where you do need more privacy, I'll kind of guide you through that as well. So one of the things that I love about drapery is it finishes the room. It kind of gives honestly, it gives an awesome background to noise and things like that, but it just finishes it. Because I don't even need drapery in my home for privacy for the most part. More than anything is privacy. And do you need it for light filtering? Because let's be honest, the sun fades everything. Like all of your pretty furniture and rugs and things like that. It can the sun can be very harsh on your home. Even honestly, hardwood floors. We've been in houses, haven't we, Lexi, where they have a lot of sunlight and the hardwood floors are faded in some areas. So if that's the biggest thing that you need to ask yourself, do I need it for privacy and do I need it for sun filtering? And so if none of those are a problem, because my house doesn't face either one, really, honestly, the sunset and the sun rises, it's really not a problem where that's at. So I just like it just for a finishing touch. So those are the three things: finishing touch, sun filtering, or for privacy. So I don't have any of those. I just want it for prettiness, honestly. So what I am going to tell you for both of those, the very first thing is if you have a lot of this drapery and all of this stuff, that was really big and hot in the 80s and the 90s, where we would do all the big swags and all that kind of stuff. My number one thing, and you're going to see this on Pinterest, you're going to see this basically on any kind of social media, Instagram, Facebook, you're going to see drapery panels. And panels basically just flank on each side of the window. Go as high as you possibly can. I don't care what anybody says. You want to go as high as you possibly can, and with your rod at the top, and you want to go with the highest point that you can go, because it just gives your room this balance, and it honestly gives it this grandness. Okay, I'm going to take you into the Autumn house later and show you it's going to be a really quick video, but a lot of you guys have asked putting them up at the tallest point. If you have really pretty woodwork, what do you do? So I'm going to show you that as well. So this is going to be informative, really informative. So one of the things I love is drapery panels. These are custom made. Now, Lexi's going to tell you the standard ones.
It's 84, 92, and then 108 inches.
So if you can't get these, if you can buy those like at Pottery Barn, Restoration Hardware, these are some of the places that I absolutely love panels that are already pre-made. And
Etsy has good ones.
Some really great ones for you to make that. Also, if you're in my area, the number one place that I go all the time is Budget Blinds, and they're right in Zona Rosa. Fabulous place to get your drapery. It's a family owned. A mother and daughter owns it, and they do an amazing job. They'll come out, they'll measure for them. And we work with them a lot. They come out and measure them. They install them. They do all the things. So they do plantation shutters, draperies, and things like that. But we're talking about drapery panels today. And mine are absolutely gorgeous. Mine are custom, and they are lined. So if you're going to get some panels made, because mine is an odd shape, or not an odd shape, an odd number. And I'll tell you a little bit about that. So I had mine custom made. Sherry Krieger was the one that I know she's in here. She makes mine. She made them for years for me. And her and I decided, okay, that's gotta go. Drapery panels are really hard, and there's lots of drapery, and they get heavy. So what I'm going to tell you is if you're going to get any panels made, make sure they're lined, ladies. Make sure they're lined, because over the years, I'm here to tell you, I've had these in here, gosh, I don't know, 11 years now. I've had these in my house, and look how pretty they are. They are not faded. So any of the beautiful fabric, I'm going to show you that. I don't like doing that to my panels because I like them to lay perfectly pleated. But any kind of pattern or anything in them, look how they have stayed so true and pretty to the color. They haven't faded at all. And honestly, I'm ready to kind of give my house a refresh, and we'll talk about more about that. We talked a little bit about it in the spring, but I'm about ready to just paint all the rest of the house different colors and things like that. And I'm going to get linen panels and make them just something more neutral, maybe even a buffalo check or something like that. But if you're like me and you love toile, this is a way to do it, is to put it in your drapery panels. They lay beautifully. Now, people ask me all the time, do you love pinch pleat? Yes, 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 yes. If you're like me, you love deformity, because I love them to look perfect on each side of this beautiful window. I've done this in the living room to match them, because my living room and dining room are all in one. So one of the things that I want to point out is when people ask me all the time, do you want them puddled at the bottom? I don't, because we have a busy household, and the kids, sweeping and dog and all the things, even though Sophie's usually not up here. Typically, lately she's been, I don't know why, but she's been up here. But she doesn't stay up here very often. I don't let her up here because she goes in the lower level. But one of the things I want to say is, like, when you're sweeping and things like that, I like to be able to sweep without you touching my drapery panels. So make sure that you're lifting those off of the ground. My number one thing when people ask me that, do you like to pedal them? No, I don't, because I like to be able to sweep and be able to take care of them without messing up the panels, because you can touch them a little bit and they won't mess them up. And I love the pleated ways that they go down, and it's perfect. And it's stayed this way, literally. My household, you guys know me, is very busy, and these been here 11 years. So one of the things that I'm going to tell you, if you want to update your drapery in your home, drapery panels are so, so pretty and timeless. We've seen them hundreds of years ago, like 100 years ago, you're going to see them again. And so let's talk about if, you really need them for privacy or you need light filtering. One of the things that I would put down in here is bamboo shades. Bamboos are classic. They're kind of like a plantation shutter. That's another thing. I absolutely love them. And even with those ladies, if you put plantation shutters, some of the ladies, like Jennifer Nye that I do her home, she said, Tabitha, it just feels still cold. Even with the plantation shutters or the bamboo shutters, I want something to really make it feel warmer and more cozier. Putting these drapery panels in there will give you that warmth and that finished look that you're trying to achieve. Even if they're just a neutral color, that honestly just warms up the room and it makes it look finished. It's kind of like, the chandeliers that I tell you guys need. This is the same thing. You just definitely need drapery panels to finish it off. So I love bamboo shades. I love any kind of natural texture that's got, like, bamboo. What else is another?
Like wicker, but it's not wicker, but it kind of looks like it.
Yeah.
What is that called?
Resin, kind of that resin. I don't know what it's called. It's not a good resin.
It's
love
like a
those as well. Anything like that is so, so pretty. Now, if you're saying, hey, what do I put in my kitchen? I love a cafe style drapery. You know that, with a little balance at the top, and then you have a little break in it, and then you have a little bit of drapery under it, so you can open and close it in kitchens. I'm going to tell you, on a budget, if you see any of the houses that we do, I love valances. Valances are timeless. They're classic. You can change them in and out for different seasons. It's kind of like your pillows. They're inexpensive. You can put them on a tension rod. There's really, honestly, they're very easy to do. So if you're on a budget or not, I have them in my kitchen right now. Balances are a great way in your kitchen area to just give you that pop of color and things like that. Now, having said that, if you are wanting a little more, what am I trying to say? More
elevated
look, I would definitely go with, what am I trying to say?
Roman shades.
Love those. Love those. I think they're so pretty. A cafe style Roman shade, something like that can be honestly where you can put your backing on them, which is your lining and stuff like that. That's so important. And why you hear that is because there's in your custom drapery, you're going to have weighted things that make sure that they stay just like this, so that they're so pretty and they stay that way. So like your cafe style, if you get some of those made, they're going to have the weights on them and they're going to lay out so much prettier over time. So those are those are my favorite things. Bamboo, any kind of natural texture, something like that, kind of into your, what am I trying to say?
Your windows?
I've been talking way too much. Yes, into your windows, into your drapery. I think it's so important to do a layering effect if you need for light filtering and you're needing some privacy. It's so pretty to do a layering effect with your panels and then your bamboo shades and things like that. So I think Lexi's been posting in here really pretty pictures and give you inspiration with that. If you have any questions and you still are like, Tabitha, what do I put here? Take a picture, leave it in the community here, and we'll give you some suggestions of what to do in those areas. Because I know some of you guys live in areas like Florida and California and places that really get that sunlight and you really need more protection on your home. Definitely take a picture and leave it in here and I'll give you more suggestions. Okay, guys, thanks so much. And I hope this was helpful. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.